Ibanez, a name often uttered by metalheads and rockers across the world. These guitars have a reputation which precedes them, with powerful humbucking pickups, sleek, fast necks, and razor-sharp body shapes. It's fair to say these guitars sound as ferocious as they look. So, if you're looking into Ibanez, where do you start? Well, today we're going to be looking at two popular series which the guitar crafting legends have produced. And honestly, if you're like me and you like heavy music, then I think you're going to fall in love. They are the S series and the legendary RG series. So the first thing we'll look at is the bodies of these guitars. You'll be able to see that they both rock the classic Ibanez shaping, although the S series has slightly rounder cutaway tips. In terms of tone woods, the S series largely features mahogany, although there's some NATO and Akume sprinkled into the range as well. The RG series, which is huge, features virtually every tone wood you could think of, but it has a particular emphasis on mahogany, basswood, and ash. So what that translates to is that the S series will be brilliant for warmer, smoother sounds, whilst the RG series will excel at brighter, high-gain sounds, perfect for rock and metal. Now, both feature the classic double cutaway design, so you'll be able to riff on those high frets really easily. However, one distinguishing feature of the S series is the contoured top and back, as well as really lightweight bodies. So, when it comes to the RGs, they're slightly different because they've got thicker, weightier bodies. Some people prefer this because it gives you that heavier feel, but it also makes you feel like a rock god as well. They've also got sharper points for that rock and metal aesthetic. In terms of the necks, both feature Ibanez's famed wizard design, which means they're really thin and also really good for shredding. However, one of the differences between the RG and the S series is that the RG has 24 frets, which just gives you that little bit more room to shred a little bit harder. All right, let's take a look at some of the hardware. Now, one of the first differences you'll notice is that many S series guitars feature a non-locking tremolo. This is quite unique for Ibanez, and it makes changing your tuning quite a bit easier compared to when you're using a Floyd Rose. There's also many fixed bridge models for those old school magicians who like creating vibrato with their fingers. And there's also the odd Floyd Rose kicking about in the S series. The RG series, on the other hand, heavily features Floyd Rose locking systems. Now, these are great for putting in really wide vibrato, but more importantly, they're great for performing those insane dive bombs. There's not much difference in the tuning machines, although you'll find that the high-end models of both series tend to have locking tuners for that additional tuning stability. Now for the most important part of the guitar, the pickups. Now, many S series guitars have this HSS pickup configuration, which means they have one humbucker and two single coils. This makes them pretty dynamic and capable of handling many genres from rock to blues to metal. RGs, on the other hand, tend to feature two high-output humbuckers or two humbuckers in a single coil, which means they're great for heavy rock and metal. Now, the pickup brands vary depending on which price range you look at, but Ibanez tend to use the same options across the board. In the lower to mid-range guitars, you'll find stock Ibanez Quantum and Infinity pickups, whilst in the upper mid-range and higher end guitars, you'll find DiMarzios, Seymour Duncans, Fishmans and bare knuckles, all of which are great for that thick, hard-hitting, high-gain tone that metalheads love. It would be criminal not to mention the stunning finishes in the S series, which really makes these guitars stand out. There's lots of bursts, which really are very pretty. And there's even a chameleon finish, which changes in the light. RGs also feature stunning finishes, but especially the Prestiges, which feature some of the most unique patterns you'll ever see on a guitar. All in all, I love the guitars from both these series because they're all comfortable and they all sound incredible. The S series is light, which makes for really good maneuverability, but the RG series has that solid feel, which makes you want to do a power stance on stage. All models feature at least one humbucker, giving them that powerful sound with plenty of crunch. You may find that S-series guitars have a slightly smoother sound, which gives them more versatility across genres, but RGs are definitely geared towards the heavier side of things, handling high gain very well. All right, I hope you've learned something about Ibanez's today. If you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to like, subscribe and comment, and we'll see you in the next one.